I want to go ahead and give you some tips today that might be able to help you if you're new or if you're maybe stuck. You've been in business a little while and you're working on that same goal and it's really not coming together. And I just want to give you some tips that might help you along. And this is a concept to consider, and it has to do with what we call be, do, have. And maybe you've heard that before and maybe you haven't. But what a lot of people tend to do is they tend to focus on having the goal. Like, I'm going to have my red jacket, I'm going to have that Cadillac. And it's all about the have, or I'm going to do it, so I'm going to go out and meet the people, and I'm going to go out and make the phone calls, and I'm going to go and do, and you get very task-oriented. But what I want to talk about is the being. And when you are in the being, okay, let me share this with you. No longer do you focus solely on the goal. Now you will focus on who you must first become, and the attainment of the goal will follow. Now, to help you with this, let me give you some ideas. All right, if we take a look at people that maybe have that red jacket or have that Cadillac or have reached that goal, let's look at some qualities or characteristic of that person. You might say, well, they're really consistent. Well, they're focused. They're really happy and draw people to them. They're confident. They're charismatic. They're bold. They take action. They're proactive. They're unconditional. They are loving. They're passionate. They're joyful, they're honest, they're humble, they're trusting, they're loving, they're grateful. Different words that you could say to describe them is part of their beingness. And now what I want you to do is to go one step further. Take a look at your beingness. And what do you need to be more of as you're doing the tasks to have the goal that you want? Maybe you need to be more passionate about it. Or maybe you need to be more trusting that it's going to happen. Or maybe you just need that sense of deserving, that you deserve it. So what I suggest to do is pick 3 words that you want to work on in your beingness, if you will, and create an affirmation out of it. So it might say, I am a confident, bold, proactive woman. Just 3 characteristics that you're working on. Or I am an organized, passionate, believing woman. I am a trusting, proactive, organized woman. You create your 3 words. And the reason I suggest to take just 3 words is this way you keep saying that to yourself over and over again. And for example, as you say to yourself, I'm a confident, bold, proactive woman, you're going to find yourself talking to people where you normally maybe wouldn't. For example, maybe a coworker compliments you on, how you look that day. And normally you would just say thank you, but because you're being a bold, proactive, confident woman, you say, well, thank you. And I would love to share with you what I'm doing. I've just started my own business teaching skincare, and I would love to give you a complimentary facial. So you take yourself one step further from your being affirmation. And what happens? If you say you're organized, you might find yourself, walking past a stack of newspapers that have been in your house for 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, because you're coming from that beingness of organized, you take those papers and you put them in the recycling bin. You just find yourself acting differently. And what happens is you're acting differently. You're doing things with that being characteristic that's going to really produce the goal that you really want to have. And so once you've mastered those first 3 characteristics, you can change them. You'll add more to them. And as you do, you're going to develop your beingness to become the person that will do the tasks to have what you want. So my challenge to you today is to come up with 3 characteristics that you're going to work on. And say it to yourself at least 100 times a day. I am a bold, organized, passionate woman. I'm a bold, organized, passionate woman. I am a bold, organized, passionate woman. And see if it doesn't affect how you are in the world and how things start changing for you. And pretty soon, you're doing the tasks become effortless and fun and exciting. And then pretty soon, you're enjoying what you set out to do. You're no longer chasing the goal, but you're actually enjoying the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your beingness, and you are experiencing the goal. Try it on for size. Tell me what you think.